Hey Cappy, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to check the energy, see what it's saying. I'm not even in the mood to do a reading. I feel guided to. I set up the camera earlier and was literally just about to rant about some stuff, and I had to calm myself down because I promised myself I would not do that on this channel, where I just get mad about things and then need to vent. I feel like I used to do that on social media. I still do that on social media. All the things going on right now in the world, like my heart is actually broken. I can't even function, don't want to do anything, just want to give up, don't want to do any readings. Just like what is even, like what the actual F, like to even just carry on like normal. And it's like I'm so conflicted, I'm so confused, and it's like, okay, I'm ranting, but whatever. It's like, is it lower self? Is it higher self? Am I delusional? That narrative of to be the change you want to see in the world and to not add to that low vibrational bullshit, to not add to some kind of hate or hurt, to not feed the narrative that you don't want to see because we create the reality that we're seeing. To do the inner work, to rise above things, to create what you do want to see, not to invest in what you don't want to see. But it's like, it doesn't, part of me is like going through a spiritual awakening and having to accept certain things, and then it's like seeing certain individuals that are just like flying up to fairyland. Like it all seems like very distant to the reality of what's going on planet Earth. And it's like I went up to fairyland for a bit, but I couldn't be there present. Like I can't just ignore the fact of things when it's like in our waters to feel that. And then it's like, oh, what do you say? You can't say anything. But then how do you say nothing? And why say nothing just because you can't say anything when you should be able to say everything? Because who's our master here? And it's just thing after thing, like absolutely everything. Like you can't turn nowhere without seeing it. But then is that the lens I'm looking through? But it's like, no, that's the fact of things. It's like you can't fight it because you can't win that fight with a fight. But then you can't ignore how you actually feel because that's just toxic and suppressing things. And then it's like you've got to be delusional to create your dream reality. So put yourself in that delusion to get where you need to get to help what you want to help. Now you've seen it and felt it. But then something else happens and it's like knocked back down to heartbroken. And it's like, what are we really doing? How are we just sitting around doing nothing? Like everything's calm. My whole body just wants to go on strike from life. It's like, well, what's that going to achieve? I'm so vexed. I can't even breathe. But it doesn't help anyone. It's like even falling off of all my kind of practices and stuff to stay grounded and well mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because it's like probably self-sabotage because the rage took over and I needed to channel that pain somewhere, so I just channeled it into my own, causing problems with myself. But it's real. That is actually sick. And there's so many things my brain's jumping through throughout the day. I don't want to just be here projecting, listing off things. And it's like, even I was debating, like, do I just say what I want to say? I feel like I need to share this. I feel like I want to just say this. It's like, are you just projecting, wanting to rant? Or is someone else feeling like this? Maybe they don't want to feel like they're alone feeling like this. And then it's like, my higher self may be shocked at this later, horrified maybe. And I was just like, well then just delete it. Delete it later if you don't like it. F it. But it is what it is. Sickening. It's sickening. And it's like people making such bold decisions that affect, kill and damage millions of people, millions of animals, millions of whatever. And it's like there's nothing no one can do to prevent that. In terms of in the physical. Of course. And it's like the programming runs so deep that obviously it needed to be something so earth-shattering for something to break. Everything's just as it is. Everything's divinely exactly. Like, how can that be divine? Like the contrasting thoughts in my brain, like the inner conflict of how to even move through at these times. It's just like, but again, it's like a thing of just coming down to acceptance, letting go of what you can't control and focusing on what you can. Oh, my cards are as jumbled as me, guys. So I'll just put another deck. No, this will work. Alright. Strength on the back of the deck. Past energy. Queen of Wands. First card out. Three of Swords. All that glitters isn't gold. Something that looked good didn't feel good, but it set you free to find this out. It's like maybe you valued certain things. Maybe it's appearance, maybe some kind of aesthetic, some kind of trait of a person, or you had a certain type or invested in a specific thing. It's like something that looked good didn't actually feel true to you, didn't feel good to you. It was heartbreaking to see the truth of something, but it was for your own protection that you saw it. It's triggered a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. You could be seeing a lot of rainbows. It felt like something was over and done with, that there was no hope, that you'd never be successful, you could never achieve something, you could never do something, pull something off, live a way that you want to. Maybe you've been told you could never do something, maybe in terms of medically, maybe in terms of just you knowing your own capacity to, or courage level, confidence level. There's something that you really believed couldn't come true. Because you couldn't express yourself, or there was a knowing that you couldn't express yourself, or a fear of never being able to master a certain emotion. Present energy, it's like you're now moving through something you never thought you'd be able to move through. You've now let go of something you never thought you'd be able to let go of. You've already overcome something, or you're about to experience something that you never thought you'd be able to experience in the physical. This is a blessing. It's bringing in new opportunities. There's an opportunity for you to run something. It's like leadership energy. Something that you've been manifesting. You've been intentionally creating. Yeah. King of Wands, the High Priestess, Death. This is something you've been nurturing within you, creating through you. something that you thought had really ended you hasn't. Something that you thought had come to an end hasn't. Maybe you thought you was going to miss out on an opportunity, or you thought something was never possible, that you missed out on something, or that you wouldn't be able to overcome something again, or in the first place at all. But it's like what you thought was over with, what you thought had ended you or ended your ability to have, create or do something, is that you're about to overcome this hurdle. It could be, there's so many different things coming through, but it's like something that you really thought was going to hold you back in life, or hold you back in some area of life. Seeing that this thing doesn't have power over you, that you have the power. Some of you, it does feel like medical things. Maybe it's to do with having children. Maybe it's to do with creating something, traveling, having certain experiences, whatever it is. Something that really felt like a barrier or like a block has been lifted. And it's something you never would have thought, or you never thought was going to be possible. Something that hasn't been clear is becoming clear in terms of a commitment. There's a new commitment coming in the near future. This is something that you're going to be an energy you're going to be very relaxed around. You're not going to feel like you need to be defensive, like you need to protect something around this person. It feels like you share things with this person. There's an equal give and take. There's some kind of mutual appreciation. This comes out of nowhere, but it feels like some of you may have been asking to gain clarity on what's going to be happening within your relationship, or about a new relationship. It's like something finally comes to light. For some of you, there's a new commitment coming in. Someone that you're going to be able to let your guard down around. Others, it's like something in a commitment. There's a light at the end of the tunnel coming out of some kind of illusion. There's a lesson here that something about, what is that? I can't remember the expression. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Or is that how people would take care of things? Or if something has a hole in it, you'd sew it up instead of buying a new one. There's something about a lesson not just to dispose of something, or dispose of someone, or dispose of yourself, or give up on yourself because something seems or appears broken. It's like something's added to your value. Is it in Japan where they use gold to fill cracked vases? Because that's what I'm seeing in my head. It's like the things that have broken you have added to your value, have added to your fulfillment in retrospect. Some of you, it's like you asked for help, or you prayed to be able to express something, prayed to be able to say something, to master your thoughts, to master your speech, to master your communication in some way. It's like you're going to be celebrating this. It feels like you could have been dealing with like really shedding layers. Could have been having a lot of breakdowns, clearing a lot of past emotion, energy. It feels like a cleansing. Yeah, coming out of illusion. The Empress, number 3. Time to take action. The power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. You could be receiving a lot of opportunities. 10, Mother Earth. You want me to say that one? Yeah. 10, Mother Earth. In Native American teachings, turtle is the oldest symbol for planet Earth. It is a personification of goddess energy and the eternal mother from which our lives evolve. We are born of the womb of Earth, and to her soil our bodies will return. In honouring the Earth, we are asked by Turtle to be mindful of the cycle of give and take, to give back to the mother as she has given to us. Turtle has a shell which is similar to the protection that Earth has employed for centuries, as her body has been defiled. Mother Earth's protection has come in the form of earth changes, new plant growth, the creation of new land masses by volcanoes, and climate alterations. Like Turtle, you also have shields that protect you from hurt, envy, jealousy, and the unconsciousness of others. Turtle teaches you, through its habit patterns, how to use protection. If you are bothered by the actions or words of others, it's time to go inside yourself and honour your feelings. If you are attacked, it's time to give a warning snap. If you have chosen the turtle symbol, you're being asked to honour the creative source within you, to be grounded to the earth, and to observe your situation with motherly compassion. Use the water and earth energies, which represent Turtle's two homes, to flow harmoniously with your situation and to place your feet firmly on the ground in a power stance. Turtle is a fine teacher of the art of grounding. You may even be able to overcome some of your space cadet tendencies if you align with Turtle medicine. In learning to ground, you are placing focus on your thoughts and actions and slowing to a pace that assures completion. Turtle warns of the dangers of pushing the river, as evidenced by the plodding pace it keeps. The corn that is harvested before its time is not yet full. However, if it is given the chance to develop at its own rate, in its own season, its sweetness will be shared by all. Turtle buries its thoughts like its eggs in the sand and allows the sun to hatch the little ones. This teaches you to develop your ideas before bringing them out to the light. Look at the old fable of the tortoise and the hare and decide for yourself whether or not you would like to align with Turtle. Bigger, stronger and faster are not always the best ways to get to a goal. When you arrive, you may be asked where you've been, and you may not be able to remember. In that case, arriving prematurely can make you feel very immature. If you draw the Turtle card, it augurs a time of connecting with the power of Mother Earth and the Mother Goddess within. This is a reminder of the ally you have in Mother Earth. It does not matter what situation you have created. Ask her for assistance and abundance will follow. Page 7-7, page 7-8. Okay, the Empress sitting on the Three of Wands and the High Priestess. Whatever it is, maybe you've got like a long-term vision, a long-term goal, a project or something you're going to bring out, a product you're going to bring out, a service you're going to provide, whatever it is. It's like, get everything ready, prepare yourself, set the tone, get the energy right. There's no need to rush, you'll feel when it's time. Because it's like having trust in that divine timing. Because it's like something's going to be better if it's out when it's ready and meant to be out, instead of it being out prematurely. And maybe you couldn't see why that is. But to prevent some kind of tower situation, or maybe sabotaging yourself in some way by forcing things, by speeding things up, or doing something impulsively, even if your gut says not to. It's like, have patience. Yeah, the only other animal card that actually showed itself was the ant, and that's about patience, number 32. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory at the end of the line. Patience does have its rewards. There is never a concern about going without. If they are late for the opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better is available. It's time to show a little trust and patience in some life situation. You may have forgotten that you will always receive that which you need at the time you need it most. If it is not on the horizon or just around the next anthill, you may need to use some strategy. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives, whatever it means to you at this time, and is working for the good of the whole? Are you, if you are, be assured that the whole wants the same goodness for you and that it will be provided. I'll put a quick angel. It feels like there has been a lot of confusion, a lot of heartbreak, a feeling of loss, of grief. But there's a lot of clarity here, things feeling lighter, clearer. Number 28, Sahaya. I just dropped a deck, but one card fell further. Let me check who this is. Moon in Leo, it is an important time to guard against being over opinionated or pushy. Note for self. Number 28. He has great common sense and behaves with prudence and wisdom. He faces everything with dignity and everything in his life works perfectly. Authentic and real. He always manages to emerge from the most chaotic circumstances. Thanks to his bright ideas, his spiritual strength is intimately linked to angels, and even without knowing it, he helps relieve human suffering. He always has a word of optimism for others, especially those who find themselves in uncertain situations, because he is always consciously or unconsciously in harmony with divine sources. God who cures illnesses, attribute, planet Mars, reasons for invoking, to protect us from fires, accidents and illness, to protect us from evil and financial ruin. Page number 26. I'm just going to pull one more fairy card. We've got the Magician on the back of the deck. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. Life experience, number 16. Let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. A situation that leads to significant opportunities. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.